Hope you got jacks. What do I have better equity against? 6-8 or jacks? Figure it out, guys. Good practice. Weird that he bets so big and folds, but I'll take it. That's a decent sized pot to pick up there. A little 14 bucker. Ooh, 48% players per flop. Can't wait to get on this table. Zafara 5893 beside Tinny 74. Nice. Pantani's the best. Massive over raises. Oh, we in the game. We in the game. Right, table 2, both blinds are pretty tight, so we're going to want to raise pretty wide on the button, and anything suited is going to make the cut. That's going to be kind of our bare minimum, suited hands against tight players in the blinds. Alright. Oh, the ISO is a nit, so we may have implied odds. I don't want to 3-bet against the Knicks. He's pretty likely to have a good enough hand to just 4-bet me in. But the limper's also very likely to call, so very good shot. We get a multi-way pot here. There must be some good implied odds. Damn! So close to flopping a set 1 card away. 5-way, we're going to play pretty snug in this spot. Let you guys know if we get lucky and improve our hand. Pantani, ISO, call dozer, just calling. And over here, we flopped a flush. Big action on that 9-6-3. Little bet and a raise. Guy who's donk betting probably doesn't have much. With the flush, the collar was pretty loose, so I'm just hoping he has an ace that he's going to be stubborn with. And minus EV. I'm not loving the fact that he squeezed an under-the-gun razor. An under-the-gun razor's open, but the razor is somewhat loose. This guy's very squeeze-happy. Ace-king. I'm all in. Alright. Nine hands, nine hand. Bet again against Pantani or just check it back? I mean, 5 got there. 8-7 improved, 6-7 improved. Let's check. Go for showdown. I'm probably going to call on this river. Although he could have 4-5 and 6-5, I think he's more likely to have, you know, a 8-7 or 6-7. He's more likely to have higher cards than lower cards. And I think him having a 10 is fairly unlikely. So I'll just go for a bet. Value bet with trips. Try to get called by 2 pars. And just because there's a 4 straight out there does not mean that he's guaranteed to fold 2 pairs. He's a very stationy type player, which means his calling range is wide. Which means we're done talking about that hand because we c-bet with King Jack and turned top pair. And against this guy, I'm probably just going to go ahead and call. Yes, he can have a 9, and he will have a 9 sometimes, but he's also going to have 7-8 a bunch of missed flush draws, and maybe some random ace highs and shit that he turned into a bluff, random pocket 7s that he turned into a bluff, random king 10 that he floated with, you know. Even if there are some hands out there that can beat you, you got to be like, well, how often does he have those hands relative to how often he has the other shit? Tight players in the blind, suited hand on the button. I raise. This game's didn't uncheck it fast enough. This game's shit. Game's falling apart, so we get out. We try to get out before we post the big blind, but it's early in the morning. I'm a little slow. King Jack seems good enough to defend against a button open in a 3-handed game. And on this particular board, I'm probably just going to be checking and folding. Calling in the troops, calling in the reserves. Do you have more hands on this table? Yeah, a couple more. Okay. All yours, bud. Take it down. Take it down. You guys know any good poker movies? I feel like watching a good poker movie. I've watched Rounders like 12 times, obviously. Maverick with Mel Gibson. Pretty ridiculous. Pretty cheesy, but still a fun watch. If you want like a joke poker movie that you're just going to be like, man, that was terrible, but still like hilarious at the same time, Maverick is a really good one. Shade is also a movie I enjoyed watching. It's more about conning and hustling than it is poker, but there are some poker scenes in there. It's pretty cool stuff. And I think that's about it that I've seen. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, quality flick that has a little bit of poker but not too much. Again, that's more about the hustle and stuff. So if you guys know any other great poker movies, post them in the comments. I'd love to have some more stuff to watch. Oh, yeah. Let's not forget about the worst poker movie of all time. Lucky You. For anyone who got stuck watching that movie, my thoughts go out to you. My sincerest apologies. I'm sure that anyone who is a poker player who was in a relationship at the time that movie came out, the girlfriend was probably like, oh yeah, we should totally watch this movie. It's about poker and it's a love story. It was fucking terrible. Not the date, the movie. It's really bad. Highly unrecommended. Okay, I think with Ace-10, folding is not the best option. This guy's fairly loose. So the question is whether we should call or 3-bet. I think I'm going to go with call. And whether or not we float on that flop was the next question. He checked back pretty fast. Could have something that's trying to get to showdown. But let's make that pretty tough. Let's hit him with the overbet on the turn. Yeah. Okay. Information gotten. If he's smart and he actually has a hand there, he should just call. Because I'm probably going to keep betting. You guys know me. I don't like to give up. That's probably not the case because he's just some 50-30 guy playing 50 NL. He's not thinking on that level. We're going to have to go for the reseat. Table 4. There's only one fish at the table. He's pretty fishy, 44-16, but we are on his right, which is just terrible. So it's called Morganton. Alright. Good luck, Oz. Nice. We got it. Alright, HMT. If you don't have a heart, you gotta fold, right? I think in that spot, taking one stab on the turn is good, but firing turn and river, probably not the smartest idea. I also think it's a board that he will catch some piece of fairly often. There are a lot of different draw possibilities out there. So that's why I opted to go for a delayed c-bet rather than just betting out right away. I'm experimenting a lot more with delayed c-betting versus just straight up c-betting. It's very important to know which situations call for which one because, you want to be making your c-bets in profitable spots. If you're going to be investing chips on trying to take a pot down, you want to know that there's a good chance that you're going to be able to take that pot down. And delayed c-betting is a nice way to get added information against someone who doesn't just auto bet the turn. Someone's just going to bet the turn every time you check the flop. Well, you're not really gaining much info there. We are gaining info when we have 2 jacks against a loose opener who only has 30 bigs, so we're very happy if we can get this money in. Try cooperating better, Schnee. Yeah, I post. I got DP on the donk. DP on the donk. Hell yeah. Great action at 50 NL on Betfair. Don't mind telling you guys. Here's a hand where blind versus blind, we got a limp and our hand is total trash. So I'd rather turn into a bluff and try to take advantage of the fact the guy limped in and is often going to be just folding to the bet. With a hand that has a bit more value, I like to just call or check. And with a hand that has a lot of value, I like to 3-bet for value, obviously. I got mid-pair, I'm calling. Strange bet. Guess I'll try semi-bluffing. Feels better than calling. And folding just doesn't feel right. Okay, well, let's see. On that river, can I get him to fold the queen? Probably not. There are a couple of hands that have me beat that I can get to fold. That's a 8-9, 8-7. He just played this hand so weird, tricky. Fancy, eh, bro? Well, alright. I mean, I do have 8 deuce off. Don't need to go too crazy with it. Oh, did I get a value bet through there? Watch, the guy opens and then he goes on away. Well, I got a really big hand I want to play, so I'm gonna give him time to come back. Come back, bro. Alright, can't wait forever. Should I just take the pot down, guys? Or should I wait for him to come back, try to extract? I'll just take it down. Taking down 6 bigs with no variance. Can't be the worst result. He did raise from EP. He could have a decent hand. Probably doesn't, but he could. So why not just go for the sure thing and take the pot down? That no stress guy appears to be one of them 100 VPIP guys. So he's going to be doing lots of weird shit like he did. And it's up to me to just kind of figure out what the actions mean. Because when someone's playing 100% of hands, they're going to do all kinds of funky stuff post-flop. And given that he's 100 VP, the 8 deuce might have been good. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to pay close attention to him. And you know what? I'll let you guys pay close attention too. Because it's always fun to watch these guys with 100 VPIP and try to figure out what the fuck is going on in their heads. Actually, I'm going to make an absurdly tight fold on table 4 because every player behind me is just super laggy. Especially the guy on the button who has a 3-bet of 14. And what do I do facing a 3-bet out of position with ace deuce suited? Actually, even with them being that loose, still probably plus EV to raise there. And even though I think I'm going to get 3-bet a lot there, well, might as well just do what I think is the best play. And if I get 3-bet, cross that bridge when I come to it. Rather than, you know, what's that expression? Seeing. I'll figure this out. I just need a minute to think about it. Seeing. It's not seeing snakes in the grass. It's like seeing worrying about things that aren't necessarily going to be there. There's a really good expression for that. Maybe someone watching knows what I was going for. Or you guys can type in, comment what you thought I was going for. And I'm sure one of you guys will know what it was. Or will guess correct. And if someone guesses correctly, y'all can be on the Grips Poker Training Show. For sure. No one guesses correctly, well, most of you guys will still get to be on the show. It just will be a matter of patience. Someone gets it, guaranteed spot. Top of the list. I'll put you in. Yeah. Jack 8 suited from the cutoff seems like a fine hand to open. And what do I get? For making the right play, I get 3-bet. And what's the right play now? I mean, this guy's not out of line. He's a legit dude. He can have it. Interesting spot here. I raise pre and then c-bet the flop. And the guy's pretty aggressive, so he's probably going to turn everything into a bluff on the river, as well as bluff with his misdraws in the river. So if he floated with some hand that has an ace, that's unlucky for me, but I got to pay it off. And it was 3 ways to the flop, with Banjer being the other player, so that decreases the likelihood that he floated with just ace high. Don't have ace high flush draw, please. What's the expression? Nice hand, bro. I mean, I get it. He had a gut shot, so he peeled. He peeled with ace deuce off pre-flop. But I can't be upset about that. The guy's VPIP is 67. And I want him to be calling with ace deuce offsuit as often as possible pre-flop. Just let him keep making that mistake. When I have an ace there that I c-bet with, I'm going to have him out kicked, and I'm going to take him for 3 streets. I think the ace 8 offsuit, a little too light to defend, especially against the tight players open. fucking Marlboro. I'm gonna take everything you got, man. You just wait. By the end of this 5-part session or whatever it ends up being, I'm taking everything you have. Everything. And we're gonna watch it together. Everything.